Did you know Florian Wirtz once turned down an opportunity to join Bayer Leverkusen as a kid? The man who scored his first hat-trick in the match which gave Bayer Leverkusen their first title in over a century chose Cologne over Bayer when looking to move from Grün-Weiß-Blau. A lot of Bayer fans perhaps didn't like him for a long time because of this. However, they must have had a change of mind as the young German came off the bench to score a hat-trick for Bayer in their 5-0 thrashing of Werder Bremen. At this point, it is easy to say Florian Wirtz and Bayer Leverkusen are a match made in heaven. This is because after turning them down the first time, they came back for him, and this time he didn't say no. Wirtz, who now wears the number 10 jersey for the German champions, knew the fans at Bayer were not happy he turned them down initially. But this is a decision he doesn't regret. While talking about finally arriving in Bayer Leverkusen from FC Cologne in an interview with Bild, the 20-year-old player said, "I can understand that FC Cologne was disappointed and that their fans are still angry about it, but I feel very comfortable in Leverkusen. I had to look at my future and my perspective, and when I look back, it was the right decision. At FC Cologne, I wasn't even thinking about playing for the professionals at that point. It was very far away." Early life. Florian Wirtz was born on May 3, 2003, in Pulheim, Germany. He was born into a football family and has been around the game virtually all his life. His elder sister is a footballer who played for Germany at youth level. That's not all. She began playing in the Bundesliga at 16. Florian's sister is not the only member of his family that is interested in the beautiful game. His father, although not a professional footballer, is also deeply invested in football. He is a football agent and represents his son. He does this alongside Florian's mother. That's not all. He is the chairman of Grün-Weiß-Blau, a club Wirtz played for as a kid. Wirtz wasn't at this club throughout his childhood. He eventually joined Köln. Not many people know anything about Florian's academics, because that doesn't matter at the moment. However, the Bayer Leverkusen player was so serious at school, even after becoming a professional footballer, he literally had to blend playing professionally with going to school. If he hadn't ended up playing professional football, Florian clearly would have gone a lot further with his academics. Wirtz perhaps didn't plan to turn pro while still a student. However, he was so good that he had to sign a professional contract while he was still in school. Well, he could have dropped out of school at this point. However, he was close to finishing, so dropping out wasn't an option. I have to admit that it is exhausting to manage both at the same time. I know that I have to approach my studies and football with the same amount of energy, even though football comes a bit more naturally to me. But I realize that I don't have much time left in my studies, and I cannot give up so close to the end. Playing football and going to school were so difficult. As a matter of fact, he had to miss a Europa League game because he had to take an exam. That's not all. He once had to bring his teacher with him while preparing for his A-levels and camping with the German national team. Obviously, he understands what it means to be sacrificial. But you do not have to be sacrificial to enjoy our videos. You simply need to like and share this video. Also, please subscribe to this channel if you are new here. Club career. Wirtz put pen to paper for Bayer Leverkusen in 2020. Initially, he was with the under-17 team. However, he wasn't with the under-17 team for long, as he went on to make his senior team debut in the same year. He was just 17 years old and a couple of days old. With this, he broke the Kai Havertz record for being the youngest player to represent Bayer Leverkusen at senior level. Breaking this record was quite huge, but it is just one of the many records he has broken since he became a professional footballer. He also went on to become the youngest goal scorer for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga after scoring a goal in Bayer Leverkusen's 4-2 loss to Bayern Munich on June 6, 2020. Sadly, this record was broken less than a year later. Between his first Bundesliga game for Bayer and March 2022, Wirtz quite looked like the next big thing for his club. However, all he had hoped to become, both as a Bayer Leverkusen player and as a footballer, faced a huge test on March 13, 2022, when he tore his anterior cruciate ligament. Due to this injury, the 13th of March was the last time he played football in the 2021-22 season. Wirtz didn't just miss part of the 2021-22 season, he also missed about half of the 2022-23 season, as he only returned to competitive football in January 2023. After about 10 months away from action, the same year, he got his first career hat-trick of assists in a Europa League game between Bayer Leverkusen and Karabakh. This was his introduction to the world of hat-tricks. Interestingly, he went on to score his first hat-trick shortly after. Although none of his goals were the winning goal in Bayer Leverkusen's thrashing of Werder Bremen, they helped his team win the Bundesliga in style. International career. Wirtz's contribution to Bayer Leverkusen's flawless campaign this season is one that is currently highly recognized. Also, it would have been good enough to earn him a call-up to the German national team. Fortunately, he already got a call-up to the German senior team before this historic win. Wirtz made his German national team debut on September 2, 2021. He came in as a substitute for Joshua Kimmich, and he couldn't play at the World Cup because of his ACL injury. Although the young player missed a chance to get on the list of Germans who have represented the German national team at the World Cup, he put his name in the hearts of German football fans when he scored his first goal for Germany. This goal came in 7 seconds and is the fastest goal scored by a German on international duty. But it's interesting how this isn't his professional record. Wirtz's personal record is a 5-second goal. Style of play. Florian Wirtz might not be the best 20-year-old professional footballer in Europe. However, he has the potential to become a football legend and one of the best players to come out of Germany. Wirtz is an attacking midfielder and wears the number 10 jersey. He is right-footed, so he often plays on the left side of the midfield. Well, he might be more comfortable playing in the midfield, but he also plays as an inverted winger. When Bayer Leverkusen plays with the 3-4-2-1 formation, he plays as a number 10. However, when they play with the 3-4-1-2 formation, he plays as an attacking midfielder. Although Florian seems like a player who would prefer to play on the left wing, he can do well on either the right or left wing. Wirtz might not be the most talented player of all time. However, he is immensely technically gifted and has the ability to give very sublime passes. His defense-splitting passes have made him a very dangerous player, but that's just one of the reasons to be cautious of him. The young German moves very intelligently, and this helps him put opposition defenders on their toes. Florian's intelligence makes him very dangerous. However, this isn't his most dangerous ability. The Bundesliga winner is as creative as a player can get, and this is considered his most dangerous attribute. You see, Wirtz might have a reputation for his sublime passes. However, he isn't just dangerous because of how sublime his passing is. He is such a major asset to his team, and he doesn't just pass the ball to his teammates. When releasing the ball to a teammate, Wirtz ensures the pass gets to the teammate's stronger foot. This way, the game flows without any need for an adjustment. Wirtz might not be famous as a number 10. However, this isn't strange as he didn't always put on the number 10 jersey. As a matter of fact, he has been wearing this jersey number for less than a season. The average football fan didn't expect him to have the number 10 jersey on. However, actual Bayer Leverkusen fans knew he was picking up a new jersey number after a statement that read, Bayer 04 player Florian Wirtz now has a different squad number. The 20-year-old will wear the number 10 shirt at his own request following Kerem Demirbay's move to Galatasaray. Wirtz, at Leverkusen since 2020, has always wanted to wear the number 10 shirt, was published on Bayer Leverkusen's official website. Putting on the number 10 jersey means different things to different folks, and for Florian, it means he now wears the same jersey number as his idol, who happens to be the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi. There are so many similarities between Wirtz's style of play and Messi's. Also, the young German always wanted to play like the Argentine legend. He went on to say that Messi's Argentine jersey was his first ever jersey. However, he chose Messi because of how highly he rates the former Barcelona captain. Wirtz might not be considered as good as Messi, and the chances of him achieving what the Argentine has achieved in football are slim, but he had really always wanted to be like Messi. When I was little, he was the best player there was at the time in the world. I watched videos of him. I was a fan of his. I wanted to be as good as him. To lots of folks, Florian isn't a lot like Messi. However, his coach at Bayer Leverkusen doesn't think so. He believes the German is quite similar to Messi because of their styles of play. There are good players, and there are players who look good on the pitch. The player who looks good does things that are nice but not necessarily efficient. Why is Messi so good? Because he knows how and when to play simple passes. Messi says, you're in a better position. Here, there, you have the ball. It's not always about making the most brilliant move, but the best and smartest. Florian can do that. That's why he's so good. Wirtz obviously has some of the amazing qualities that the world's greatest number 10s have, but he has even more. He is great on the ball, but his commitment to his team isn't just limited to the times he has the ball. In the Bundesliga, he has probably provided lots of assists, and as much as this comes with some bragging rights. It appears he is not only interested in providing assists, he is also keen on intercepting passes and winning duels, and he has done a lot of that this season. What does the future hold for Wirtz? Before winning the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen, Wirtz couldn't be considered a global superstar. Well, with his hat-trick against Werder Bremen and his contributions towards Bayer's success, his status has changed, and he just might not be a Bayer Leverkusen player for a very long time. Already, there is interest from a couple of teams across Europe, but as a player who loves Messi and Barcelona, Wirtz might remain with Bayer Leverkusen a little longer if he doesn't get wooed by Barcelona. While speaking to Sport Bild about his interest in playing for Barcelona, he said, "As a little boy, I always wanted to play for Barcelona. Nothing has changed in this regard, but until then, I still have some time." Florian is currently tied to Bayer Leverkusen till 2027. Now, there is no guarantee he will remain in Germany until then. It might not be a problem. However, his parents, who happen to be his agents, are interested in ensuring he runs with this contract as much as he can. They understand the fact that some top clubs in Europe are interested in his signature. However, they do not seem so interested in him getting a more lucrative offer. They are more interested in his progress as a player. His father recently said, "Florian has a long-term contract with Bayer. We are interested in fulfilling as much of it as possible." Of course, every young player wants to play with the best, but until the Euros in 2024, Florian is best placed at Leverkusen. If this is anything to go by, he might be with Bayer Leverkusen for a little longer than we might have assumed. Who is Florian compared to in Germany? Florian idolizes Messi. However, he has never played football with Messi. Also, they might never play together. This is not exactly a problem, as they belong to different eras. As much as he considers Messi his idol, the Argentine is not the only one he is compared to. Florian also gets compared to former teammates and countrymen. Kai Havertz. Both are attacking midfielders. Also, they can play as wingers. Kai might not be one of the best players around. However, when Florian was 18, he admitted to Kai being one of his role models. Kai is only 21, but he has proved himself at the highest level for many years, in the Bundesliga, the Champions League, and now with Chelsea in their Premier League. It is a bit unpleasant for me to be compared with him as a 16 or 17-year-old. I thought he might think, why are they comparing such a small lad with me? It was a bit strange for me that everything was blown up in the media, although hardly anybody knew me or had seen me play, but I've always got along very well with him. Of course, Kai is a role model. He gave me a few good tips, and I was able to learn a lot. Above all, in training, he was definitely someone I could look up to. I was particularly impressed with his first contact with the ball, and it was better than that of anybody else on the team. That enabled him to take virtually every chance in front of goal, and he was able to position himself perfectly to receive good balls. Wirtz is a great player, but it might be too soon to compare him to the likes of Messi and Havertz. He might be unable to handle the pressure, but if he is anything like CR7, he will do well under any form of pressure.